I was that lost daughter. Some of you know my story. My parents were pastors or are pastors, and I grew up in church my whole life. But somewhere in those teenage years, I had started to believe some lies, and I decided I was going to go find my identity in the world. I had lived a very bad life of just the partying and boys and all the things. I was just looking for anything and everything to fill a void in my heart. I just wanted this ache and this pain to stop. And I actually remember the night I got saved, and I was actually in a garage. We were out, me and my friends. It wasn't like I was at church or doing anything good. I was actually doing probably everything bad. But I was in this empty garage, and I remember I curled up on the floor, and I just began to weep. I had found myself at that rock bottom point, and I had just come to my senses exactly like the prodigal son. And I remember crying out to God, God, if you want me, you can have me. But if you don't, I don't want to keep going like this for you. I'm done. I'm tired of the life I'm in. I've gotten myself into a very messy situation. And I remember later that night, we went over to a friend's house. And remember, I was in the party scene, and I decided to fall asleep on the couch. And my friends woke me up, and they said, we've got to clean the house before the parents get home. It was probably 3 or 4 in the morning. I know I already told you I was real deep into the sin world, okay? So don't judge me. I was a good sinner, you know? So they wake me up, and they're like, you got to clean the house. So everybody else has had a drink or so or whatever, you know, of apple juice, of course. And so everybody is just trying to clean real fast. And all of a sudden this drink gets spilled up, and I go to clean it up. And about that season of life, my parents had the honor and privilege of being on the cover of a magazine. And wouldn't you know that as that drink spilled, it landed on a magazine, and I picked that magazine up, and there's my parents. While this drink is dripping off of it, I'm looking at it. And I had this thought, why am I here when I belong there? And it wasn't about my natural father's abilities or his fame or his talent or anything about that. There was something about looking into their eyes that I saw. They have safety that I don't have. They have peace that I don't have. They have a joy that I don't have. They have what I don't have and I want. They have a relationship with a God that I don't have. And all of a sudden in that moment, it was the realizing, I want to go home. And I remember I had a journey to go home. I remember turning, I repented. I had some friends meet me right there by the grace of God, and we walked, and there are consequences, and there was a journey. I changed my friends. I changed everything about my life so that I could be right with God.